This is the latest in a string of popular protests here against a problem that hampers development in South Africa and across the continent.
Corruption is crippling this country. We are scared that our children will have nothing left if we are not standing up and making our voice heard about corruption.
The protesters include representatives from across the political spectrum, civil society groups, religious organizations, and the labor movement.
The government has made fighting corruption a priority, but critics say it needs to move faster to ensure that there's a creation of jobs that the country desperately needs.
A lot of jobs are lost precisely because money that could have been used to create jobs, to provide vital public services, is being looted by private individuals, companies, and is leading to all sorts of other problems.
In the light of the rampant corruption, which obviously is inherent under capitalism, that capitalism breeds corruption, we felt it was important to take a stand and shut the economy and take workers to the street to say no to the capitalist system that destroys jobs, that co-opt politicians and corrupt them absolutely.
Other marches took place in other South African cities. Yolisa, Njamela, CCTV, Johannesburg, South Africa.
So then, just how pervasive is the problem of corruption in Africa's most advanced economy, and what can be done to turn the tide? Let's find out. Sizwe Dlamini is the General Secretary of the National Union of Metalworkers in South Africa, in Gauteng. He's live in Johannesburg with us tonight. Thank you for your time, sir. In your opinion, what's the key weakness to tackling corruption in South Africa? Is it a lack of political will or a lack of resources to investigate, prosecute and convict people involved in this sort of thing? Or is it both?
Look, I'm a regional secretary of NUMSA in Gauteng, but the key weaknesses, I think it's a combination of both. I think there is a lack of political will to prosecute, but also there are perpetrators outside of the public system or the state system which are behind the perpetration of this corruption that we see increasing on a daily basis in our country. So as NUMSA, our members mandated us to take this up and say enough is enough.
These marches have been taking place since mid to late September. Has there been any tangible change in government policy?
Look, this is a continuation of the march that took place on the 30th of September, since we didn't have authorization from NETLAC, which is an institution that authorizes socio-economic protest in this country in terms of the Labor Relations Act. So on the 30th of September, the civil society and other organizations were marching. We also joined them as NUMSA, but majority of our members were prevented because we didn't have a protection by the law on our side. Today we had a full protection of the law because we had a certificate to go out and protest. And our members didn't disappoint, as they had mandated us in the previous conferences that we should oppose anything that has corruption in it. In fact, we are taking up a campaign in this country to safeguard a future of our children, as if we live in a country full of corruption, we will have no pride, they will have no bright future.
Indeed. Let me ask you this, though. We've seen the former union leaders like Zwelinzima Vavi, the EFF head, Mr. Julius Malema. They've been present at anti-corruption marches in places like Pretoria. Isn't there a risk that their presence will essentially lead to political hijacking, especially ahead of local elections this year, and your message of fighting corruption might essentially get missed amidst all that?
Look, our 2013 Congress was very clear. We need to form a united front. That's what we resolve as NUMSA. And we said the purpose of that united front will be to oppose any neoliberal policies and call for the implementation of the Freedom Charter. We identify with that organization with any organization that will go with us and support us in opposing neoliberal policies, but also we will identify with the organization that support the implementation of the Freedom Charter in this country as a minimum program.
Indeed, we'll leave it there for the time being. Thank you for your inputs. That's Sizwe Dlamini, of course, the General Secretary of NUMSA's Gauteng branch. They're live in Johannesburg.